Okay, we're going to start off with the water heater. There's a water heater video coming up, but I just wanted to say that this door is not, the water heater closet is not properly ventilated, and we're going to discuss that in an upcoming video. But also, by it not being ventilated, this door is not sealed as it were an exterior door. It's like an interior door, so there's gaps in this door. This is the air return register for the air conditioning system, the HVAC system. We're going to do the indoor air handlers, what this is all about. If carbon monoxide leaks from the water heater closet, it can get sucked up into this vent and then distributed throughout the entire house. Okay, same thing here. We've got an air return register here. So if air gets sucked up into this, okay, if this spills carbon monoxide, because this is not sealed either. It's not sealed either. So if this unit spills carbon monoxide, it goes into the return air, gets sucked up through the system and distributed throughout the house evenly, quickly, efficiently, deadly. So that's what that's about. So we'll start with the furnace. Furnace is not properly ventilated. This flue is not properly supported in the attic. I do not see a care and use manual. I'm not seeing any. There's your screen, that clogged screen. That's why we don't have screens. This is the ventilation for the furnace. This is where you're getting it. If you're not getting it from around here, from this door that should be sealed, because I mentioned that. So the furnace flue is not properly supported in the attic, and the furnace closet is not properly ventilated, and the furnace door is not properly sealed, and we do not have a care and use manual. Alright, we do not have, on the gas supply line, we do not have a sediment trap to help prevent moist impurities from getting clogged into the burner tubes. And I'll get a separate video of the furnace operating here in a little bit, but it's not convenient for this video, so we'll have a little short burner video, hopefully. So moving on along, okay, so that pretty much handles the furnace part of it. Let's talk about the cooling side of it. Alright, you have two ports here. The lower port, that's your primary evaporator drain line. Your second port, okay, well, this unit is located in the middle of the home. So we're not going to have a lot of luck, if you will. We're not going to have a lot of support for a secondary drain line. The way we overcome that is we put a safety switch in there, a float switch, so that if this line gets clogged up, then the water will rise to this higher port. The float switch will kick the safety mode on and it'll turn it off. That's the way to handle that. This is the primary evaporator. This is the evaporator called drain line. It's not the primary, it's the only drain line. It comes down. This drain line is supposed to have a P-trap in it. This drain line is supposed to be insulated. This drain line goes through the floor here. Underneath here, we have a sump pump. It collects the water and then it discharges it through this copper line right here. I don't know what kind of a patch that is. It's an unconventional patch, but that's the drain line. It takes it up into the attic space and takes it to some kind of plumbing. Okay, it doesn't take it to an exterior wall. It takes it to some kind of plumbing, so we're left, okay, for the process of elimination. Are there any water supply lines in the attic? No, there are not. What's in the attic that has to do with plumbing? That would be the plumbing vent pipes. The vent pipes. Okay? You're not supposed to discharge your evaporator coil condensate into a vent pipe. You're supposed to discharge it into a drain pipe. All the drain pipes are at the level of the fixtures. So this lavatory sink, or maybe the kitchen sink's a little higher, it would be at that level. The pipe becomes a drain. All the sewer pipes underneath this, those are drain pipes. All the ones above this, those are vent pipes. The only thing in the attic is vent pipes. This is going into the attic, no doubt, to go to a vent pipe. So it's improper. Okay? Keep going, bud. Alright, oh well. The air filter is at the unit. It's 16 by 25 by 1. Looks like it's been recently replaced. By the way, the system all looks like it's about 14 years old. I'm going to read the data plates, but I think it's the same as the condensing unit video you're about to see. That'll be the video after this one. So it's all about 17 years old. It lasts, okay, about 14. So they're a little bit on the old side here, you know. Furnaces sometimes last a little longer. Evaporator coils not so much. You can see a lot of organic growth around here. You see the organic growth right there, microbial growth is what they teach us to say it. You know, all fungi is mold, but all mold is not fungi. I could call it fungi if I wanted to, but we got some little mold splattered here because we got poor attic ventilation, poor closet ventilation, poor ventilation, poor drainage for the evaporator coil. We got conditions in here just ripe to breed that kind of stuff. And so, you know, it's on metal. It just comes off with an antibacterial agent. Don't say bleach. Bleach will kill it. It's dead. But you know what it doesn't kill? It doesn't kill the spores. That's how molds and fungi and microbiotic growth, that's how they promulgate. When they can't make it here, then they off gas and their spores float through the house. And that's why you clean mildew out of one bathtub and then a week later it's in the other bathtub. You're chasing the same mildew because that's what it does. So this needs to be cleaned with an antimicrobial cleanser, and then you'll probably be all right. The Environmental Protection Agency, EPA, you go online. They've got guidelines. You don't have to listen to me. Don't listen to me. Follow my lead. Go to the EPA website, and they'll tell you less than 10 feet. They just clean it. Just clean it and get rid of it. That's what they'll tell you. But that's not what I'm talking about. I'm not here to talk about fungi. I'm here to talk about your air conditioning system. So this is the vent. It's too close. These vents, because these doors are not properly sealed, because these closets are not properly ventilated, so that any carbon monoxide that comes out here, this is within 10 feet of the furnace. It's within 10 feet of the water heater. So we're coming along here. How did I know there was a sump pump underneath here? It's because I stuck my camera down underneath here. You know what else I found besides the pump that goes to the primary drain line? I found, and I was not surprised, but when this home was built, these areas, these return plug areas and the walls underneath it, they were not required to be lined. If this home was built today by current energy standards, it would be lined. It would be lined so that way, if any moisture came down, it'd fall in the pan. And then hopefully it'd have a safety float switch in it, but that's not required. The only thing that's required is there's a pan the size of this return air plenum that's approved. So they say metal in the code, but if a manufacturer, you know, made a plastic one that was UL listed, it could be any pan. You have no pan. No pan. You do not have a sediment trap for the gas line. You do not have a care and use manual. The closet is not properly insulated. The door is not properly sealed. The vent pipes are not properly supported in the attic. Your primary drain line does not have a P-trap on it. It's not insulated. It's not a primary drain line at all because you do not have a secondary drain line. You do not have a float switch, safety switch. Okay, that's what you have. I'm going to leave this off, like I said.